What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with game number 2. Yes, JSS, Maci, Phoenix Reborn, the second. It's happened twice. How many more times can we reborn the Phoenix? I don't know. Spawning at the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Nullus. His partners today in the yellow color playing as Odin. His name is Count Von Count. And finally, shaping up the team. Rounding out the team. Shaping up the team. Rounding out the team. His name is Grass, and he's going to be playing as Zeus. Their opponents today in the green color playing as Uranus. His name is Maci. In the purple color playing as Loki. His name is It. And finally, we have Ogneni as the Zeus player. Maci versus JSS, Justice Team Strikes, or Justice Strikes. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on. I'm excited though. This is an interesting one. We've got Zeus, we've got Loki, we've got Uranus. It's a very, very aggressive team composition. You can get some super, super aggressive play happening. Generally speaking, in the difference between a community team game with random teams versus a mid-tier clan communicating is night and day. You can put 3 non-communicating, like, let's say 1950 or maybe even 2K 1v1 players on a team that they never play together. They don't communicate. They're just playing. They're just having a good time, whatever. Against a mid-tier team of like 1800s or so, communicating in a team game, and I wager that 1800 team is going to win more games than they lose against that 2K 1v1 team with no communication, because team games doesn't matter about the individual. It's all about the team. It's a team sport here, ladies and gentlemen. Working as a team. There is no I in team. There is a me, but we can take that out for now because I'm not involved. So happy days. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm excited to see if Maci, Team Maci here is going to come up with another interesting strategy here. They went for a guy sling in the early stage in the first game there. It didn't work out. Are they going to play it similar or a little bit different? There's lots of options to go for. Thank you for the prime there. Joe FPS, but no. Sebastio. I'm sorry. I tried. I appreciate the support, my friend. Thank you so much. Also, hello, good shout out to Rachi.Sloth. Thanks for coming and saying hi. So, options here. We've got, and before we go, we've already got 3 minutes into this game. Options for Ogneni here. He could go for a fast second town center and then go into mass hoplites. He can go for an Athena rush. Those are his 2 big options with this team composition. Obviously, our Loki player in the pocket is going to be having a lovely time spamming Herser. One thing I want to suggest here is that Maci should go for mass Terma and sling food over to ID. This is a really, really strong strategy for Uranus. For a Loki player, for an Uranus team, for an Atlantean team, because the Uranus economy is so much stronger than, or not just Uranus, but Atlantean economy is so much stronger. You can say, instead of the Uranus player teching, we're going to give all the resources over to the Norse player. And now you've got a Norse player teching at the speed at which an Uranus player is teching. Plus, they've got all of those Herser, which are going to be getting even more resources because you get those free upgrades. So if that's somewhat in the plan here for Team Maci, I'm really, really excited to see how it's going to work. On the other side of the game here, we've got the Odin, we've got the Zeus, we've got the Loki here. It's this team composition here for JSS is much more of a well-rounded composition in a way, I'd say. We'll see how things are going to go as we do see Grass here and Nullus. They're building next to each other, and we see the Athena. We see the Forseti. Is that coming through here for Nullus? So they want to play together here in a big way. And we also see, look at this here for Ida. He's coming in. He's got the relic. He's got the nose of the Sphinx. The Ulfsark is getting pushed back here as that troll can get sniped down as well. Got to be a little bit careful about that one as the military academy is coming down there for Grass. And we do see a bolt getting reluctantly used there by Grass. Meanwhile, on this position over here, we still don't see Ogneni quite in that second age. A little bit late, but in team games, unless your partners are actively going for a rush, advancing late is kind of part of the game plan. You don't really want to advance early unless your partners are going with you with that rush. And that means they've basically got to be a Norse player or be sending their villagers forward early and just taking a hit to the economy to make that happen. So we are seeing Ogneni making a good decision where that's concerned because IT is building in his base. We'll see how things are going to go here. Count at this point here. He's going 3 longhouses. I don't know if he's spotted those military academies yet, but he does have that Raven on the front here. If he sees triple military academy, he's got to start thinking throwing axemen, and we already see the throwing axemen starting to come out here as the Minotaur and Jason coming through. Meanwhile, on this position, we do see Maci taking a fight here, fighting against Zeus Athena as Uranus is not easy. It's not an easy defense here for Uranus. It's possible. You've got to control your army well, but it's not an easy defense by any stretch. Not to say it's not balanced. It's just a challenging way to play. You have to use those terms nicely. You've got to hit and run. You've got to be pushing your opponent away from your stuff, making your buildings around your town center, putting wall segments around your watchtowers, and things like that. As we do see the Odysseus starting to sling some arrows in as the Hoplites Minotaur coming through, catching a Maci citizen out on this position. It might be worth it to drop a shockwave down here just to keep that citizen alive here. As Grass gets the surround, the shockwave comes in, the citizen breaks into that tower. Nice save there for Maci, but he's still got to get that citizen back to work and get him into a nice, safe place. Meanwhile, over here we do see Ogneni taking the foot off the accelerator here for a little bit here after taking down the temple, starting to push forward even more, showing off the Minotaurs and the hoplites and all the food that he's got. We see Nullus coming onto this position. IT needs to get over here, has to start helping out. Nullus is in a great position here as well as the Minotaurs. They're going to be almost getting sniped down as one does live there with 30 HP, but Nullus, great micro that's concerned. Hoplites turning around. IT not in here. There is access to a restoration on this position here, and it's probably not a terrible idea to just drop it down at this moment, but with IT not over here, he doesn't get that advantage. Is IT going to come in? Nope, he's deciding to bail, looking for some villagers potentially. If he knows where something is, we'll see if he can find it. There is a spot over here where Count Von Count is sitting. If IT can get that attack there, it's going to be really, really big, as we do see Ogneni turning around onto this fight. There's still Nullus over here getting a really big one. He will see if Grass is going to drop his own restoration on this position or not, as we have an INR spawn there for Nullus. The other thing is, there's no answer to these medium throwing axemen on this location, as Ogneni is getting huge amounts of value. Meanwhile, over here, we see the Grass hoplites going for the jugular at the moment here. Can Maci hold this? This is why I say you see an Athena for a Zeus. Build the buildings around the town center. That can be the way you hold on to it. But Maci is holding on ever so slightly here. 180 HP remaining. 100 HP slowly dropping. But is he going to be able to hold it? No, he doesn't. But was that worth it for Grass is the big question. A lot of hoplites are falling here. The Herser have come in to help out as well. But it looks like Maci is out of gas here after all is said and done. He's got very few units left. He could retreat away with his citizen and see what he can do, as we do have those Kyrabalis are trying to hold on here. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, we see that Ogneni has basically been turned to dust here. He's got no units left after that raid. IT nowhere to be found with that fight. Really allowing Count Von Count and Nullus to get some serious advantages there in that fight. And now Ogneni's on the back foot. On the top of that, Grass has managed to completely push through Maci's base there with his Athena rush, and IT is going to be the last one left standing with anything left to say in this game, as Ogneni and IT tap out. GG, well played by JSS. No surprises here in this game. JSS, one of the best teams in this tournament. Definitely in the top 4 to win this one. Who knows who's going to win it? Team games are a very chaotic, can go either way a lot of the times, especially amongst those top players. I'm excited to see how JSS is going to go through this tournament. A nice showing here from Maci. Maci obviously showing that they've got a little bit of synergy here. They're just a little bit out of sync in terms of that army movement. With Ogneni putting pressure onto the side, the pocket has to recognize that that's happening and be tracking where the Loki player is. The easiest way to do that as Loki is to just put a spy onto those Nullus Hersa, which is what he did do, but he didn't come in and support Ogneni like he needed to. He needed to hope, and he needed to. They needed to be telling Maci to get those buildings around the town center and say, you know, you've got those hoplites coming for him. Just build more buildings around that town center, get watchtowers, play a defensive game, and just accept a poor position, because they can win on this bottom side here just as hard with the Zeus, with the Loki restoration pushing in together there, but it didn't end up working out. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.